Hello everybody, my name is Chase and welcome to a video. This time I am doing a little bit of a Vanguard D-standard as always, so I'm just playing D-standard for now. Vanguard testing. I would like to move out of Chrono Jet possibly at some point in time, so I would like to go for another deck with a Boyfu in it that I like, and that is Michiru, the Drajeweled deck. Now, I've been testing on Tabletop Simulator here the past couple of days because there is I guess you can consider it a level 2 tournament, big event going on where they have a special ban list and it's only limited to like a couple of very specifically set grade 3 ride lines. You can only ride up to certain grades. Most of them come from set 10. I don't think Ava is in it, but Chrono Jet, the Stride decks are definitely not in it. The anime right lines are in it, the mask and all that stuff, and it's mostly set 10. Gandiva is in it for whatever godless reason, and that is just far and away the best deck anyone could be playing in set 10, like in the special format where there's only purely set 10 and below, and very specific cards, not just set 10, like you have very specific cards as well. So that's why the past few days I've been playtesting against, not Babasraga, obviously, it's Gandiva. Because in Japan, and I believe this idea came from Japan first, the idea was that you would be riding the Bavaskara right line up to at least 2 or 3, and then you basically throw a curveball, or a slider in this case, because it's pretty aggressive, into Gandiva. So, and the reasoning is because you play this fucking one-of, where you ride from 0 to 1, you add this to hand, it's free filtering, quote-unquote, and a free card that you can just discard to ride in the later stages. There are some variants that play not this grade 2 Gandiva, like the original Gandiva right line, but also play the grade 2 Babasraga right line. But people find out that the free counterblast when you ride into Gandiva first is just a little bit too good compared to, just a free card, where I think it just adds back a shield or sword from drop when you discard it for riding, so that's a free card. But yeah, I think the Babasraga right line probably is better. I had my doubts at first because I just felt like the original right line was just equally as good because it just also pluses you. But the Babasraga one definitely, it fills up your drop so you can get to 5 as soon as possible on your very first grade 3 turn. Oh, I will be proceeding in this video pretty quickly. I would just assume that anyone that watches this video know a little bit about Vanguard and a little bit about either of these decks. Now, I'm still new to the Michiru deck, so I will be playing a game with myself, obviously, between Michiru deck and Gandiva deck, because I fully expect Gandiva to be an overly represented deck because it is the best deck, it is the cheapest to build deck. So obviously that's gonna be the case. Now, the way we're going to decide go first, go second... Actually, wait, before I say that, before I go into it, I'll just speak a little bit. So I'm using the draw trigger, I'm using the blue OT, because Michiru himself has, base 2 crit. I keep calling Michiru Drajeweled. Drajeweled himself always has base 2. I'm just internalizing this as a Michiru deck, honestly. Michiru's my Vanguard. Drajeweled himself has base 2 crit, so the Dark States OT it's kind of redundant, so I'm testing out the blue OT because it's cheaper, and also I value the plussing, and it's also my 9th crit anyway. The red OT is probably, better, but I'm just testing this out for now. It's been fine so far. Like, I can just add another, Persona ride from drop to hand, whatever. Now, I used to play 4 Swallers. I'm currently testing this configuration. 2 Jewel Core, because these are beaters that just disappears into the soul, which in testing I found out that is very important to slow down Gandiva, because if there's nothing on the field to retire, they can still bind some cards face down, but unless they draw the very specifically the grade 3 that when you call, you this one, flip this up. This one, when you call, you can retire. Oh no, you can bind another rear guard face down and Soul Blast one, and then retire something. If you didn't retire, you get to draw a card and bind another card. This basically binds 2 cards face down. If they draw this, then cry about it. But if they didn't draw this and you had a bunch of stuff for them to retire, not only did you just minus yourself, quote unquote, but you would also get them like to 5 very, very quickly. Like you just fast track them basically, because Gandiva himself, the Vanguard, also has the ability to just bind more cards, especially when you retire something. So I figured that there's very little playing around a Gandiva deck, but other than not calling anything and slowing them down and not let them have a 2-crit Vanguard attacking during their first grade 3 turn. That is the best way to slow them down, quote unquote, and it's kind of worked out so far a little bit in my testings. So that's why these 2 are very good leaders this format. I would even play this in my Chrono Jet deck, honestly. There's another PR that does a similar thing, but I don't have that card. I have these, so I'm trying this out for now. It's a 13k leader, so it's no joke. Gunrun because of draw, but you can really just debate whether or not you want to be having this many Soul Chargers, because you deck out very fast, especially like with 3 draws. Currently my trigger of choice is draw. I'm testing this out. I would also not be opposed to testing out the fronts, which is why I have these here, so I can switch back to them easily. The grade 2 is basically locked. You play your restanders, your extra attackers, and I was at first debating how many copies of the Mask Searcher I should be playing, but honestly, like I said, it's locked. You play 8 copies of grade 2, and you really just have space for 2 more copies of Flex Spot, which is the Mask Searcher. You can play 4 Mask itself, but like it's expensive, and also sometimes you just need a grade 2 attacker. If you're not playing Gandiva, you can field this on turn 2 and whatever. It does cost you a counterblast, so that's a bad thing. 4 of this, no ifs, no buts. 2 of Mask, honestly, it's fine. The grade 3, the original Drajeweled. This one, at first I played 3 copies, so technically 4 copies because 1 is in the right line. But I cut it down because I want to see if I can get away with it. If I get away with it, then I would be able to have quite a lot of reading room for my flex spots. I could even play a 4th copy of a Swoller and then another copy of maybe Sargon. Maybe just play the 4th copy of Jewel Core Dragon. Something like that, or maybe even a 3rd copy of this, the Master Searcher, who knows. But basically I want to test out and see if I can get away with 2 copies of the Michiru, the base Michiru, the Drajeweled. And so far it's been working out fine. I'm playing 1 copy of the new Regalia 25 Day Shield. Soul Blast 1 is fine, honestly. The best part about this is I'm not playing Falcates, because this is your Falcate, or your Sargon. I was even considering whether I even want to play Mask. I was just asking myself, why don't I just play the Restanders and just don't play Mask? And the rest of the flex spots without the Mask, I can just use Sargon or whatever, like the other tech cards. But I figured out this is just a little bit too good. Like this itself is it's your own Falcate and Sargon. You don't have to spend money to buy them. If you want to spend money to buy them, maybe you can do it. Go ahead. But I find this to be pretty alright so far. And being able to trigger Persona Ride turn after turn consistently, quote unquote consistently. If you don't draw a Mask half of your deck, you just die. Cry about it. But being able to trigger Persona Ride turn after turn is pretty important for a deck like Drajeweled, because it makes the opponent's Vanguard to be power 1 and +1 crit. You don't want to give them easy guards and stuff like that, so usually Persona Riding pushes that stat line to much further, to the point where they basically have to PGU or E2 basically. Now the way we will decide go first, go second is whichever one gets the Michiru is the player that will go first. So this player, this Drajeweled player, got the Michiru, so we'll go first basically, which is bad because we're not doing fucking anything good. Actually, there's a bit of a merit in going first. I'll explain later. It's not too bad actually. It's fine. We just lose one card. I'll flip this up so we know who's going first. And let the game begin. I don't even know how long I spent talking about this. Could be 10 minutes at this point, but I just want to like play one very quick game. Mulligan your triggers away. As a like rule of thumb, I usually keep one PG in hand, and I've started to just mulligan the Drajeweled mask away because like you're eventually gonna have ways to get it, and I just drew it anyway. So yeah, that turned out to work out perfectly fine. Now Gandiva, I guess. Gandiva does break, but it doesn't happen often. See, they just fucking opened the fucking grade 3. Like, me playing around anything doesn't fucking matter. Like, the Persona ride, the free cycle of cards that lets you ride for free, and the grade 3 that just gets you to 5 on turn 1. Very good so far, very good. Liking the chances of this Drajeweled player, which is what it was just basically me on tournament day. I want to time myself, but I will be talking anyway, so I don't think I'll be able to finish the game under 25 minutes. But I'll time myself anyway. Time start. You're not gonna see it because I don't know how to end the video. Cool. I forgot. So time stop. I forgot to put the proper heal trigger, but the heal triggers are all in this deck are all going to be the effect heal trigger. I bought 4 copies of it, so I have it. But yeah, just pretend this to be the effect heal, where basically if your opponent's Vanguard has base 2 crit, it gets 15k more shield. So it's a 25k shield if you're guarding a 2 crit, a natural 2 crit. The reason is Gandiva itself, and also Zorga has like the base 2 crit rear guards, and that's fucking annoying. And I don't remember if Ava is legal in this like quote-unquote special format. If Ava is legal, then you know why the fuck do we even play this format? Honestly, I don't think Ava is legal. Honestly, I think it's fine. Yeah, and also opposing Drajeweled, like you know, we're also base 2 crit deck, so effect heals are pretty good in this. So this is an effect heal basically. So yeah, time continue. Now what are we gonna discard? Fuck. One of this is probably enough, in my experience. Like, maybe we discard the Michiru, but, you know, it's fine. And we went first, so we don't do jack shit. Cool. Stand draw. Now, if you're watching this and you're just wondering, like, what the fuck are you doing here? Because, like, you know what, you know, playing as 2 players on right, so last one, search for the shield sword. Playing as two players here, you're just gonna know what's in the other player's card. So how can you play this fairly and accurately? Well, the way I'll do this, attack, I will always no guard on the first attack because I just want some Common Glass to work with. And this is the best. During the first turn, I find out that it's the best time to no guard because it's quote unquote the lowest chances of triggering a critical trigger. But you know that doesn't always work out. So Michiru player no guard, trigger check. Okay, nothing. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm playing as 2 different players, so I should be able to know every single card in both players' hands. So how can I play this accurately or properly? There goes one of the mask. Well, I have the monkey. I have the brain of a monkey, so I don't really have that perfect of a memory to be able to remember every single thing in both players' hands. So that's not going to be a problem, honestly. Oh, I'm going to call this to the back row because we're going first. The reason is, this card, when it's attacking or boosting, it gets plus 5k, so it's 13. This is 10, that's 23. If we're going first, the opponent's Vanguard is an 8. So that means if we attack here, it's a 23, and they cannot guard profitably with a single 15k shield. And this card has an on-hit effect, where on-hit soul charge 1, basically. So this makes it so that it's very good for us to just almost guarantee a soul charge, because no one in their right mind would actually guard this, and also they're on their first damage, so usually they won't guard this. So yeah, no guard. Drive check, please. Yeah, okay. So we're discarding that to Persona to Riot next turn, but yeah. Trigger, no trigger. That's that. And soul charge, and put this in soul. End of turn. End of battle run. Damn, nice draw trigger. Could have been a draw 1. Could have been very helpful against a player that went second. All right, here we can just discard the cycle, the new set 10 cards. Where basically, if you discard it for riding, you can Soul Blast 1, bottom deck this. And no search. You draw. It's very good. Very good. And it's also because of this card where like you don't play the Grade 2 Baba Saraga right line, because otherwise you discard this, the shield instead, and then the Grade 2 gets you add back the shield. Whereas if you had your Persona ride, the cycle, discard. Oh wait, it's gone. The cycle, this one, then it's kind of worthless, because you don't have a lot of opportunities to discard this for riding, because after Grade 3 you're just done. You know, so yeah. That's probably the reason. I copied these deck lists off like other people that succeeded in tournaments well. So I'm gonna link it in the description probably. Attack. Now here, do I want to guard? Because a Michiru deck is usually very counterblast hungry. I don't have a single perfect... See, like, I don't remember the cards in either player's hand, so I have to, like, switch back to look. So, yeah, there's no good... I want to save this for the Gandiva, so I'm not going to guard. And this is a 10k only. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't guard profitably, so yeah, no guard. Front trigger anyway. Didn't matter. That's our third copy of the Mask Michiru. Draw, we discard this because we need to basically do, I'll explain later. But basically going first kind of sucks because right now we're really not doing anything. Like the mask plays are only really active. The mask plays and the Drajeweled plays itself is only really active if the opponent is Grade 3. So going first is basically like we're just always a turn behind, you know. So it's always bad. Now, my question is, what do I do here? Do I just feel the Jewel Core? It's already 5 minutes, by the way. Alright, I always do this. Like, Counterblast 1. Soul Charge 2. Please. Hit. What are the fucking odds? Cool. So, if I Soul Charge different grades here, I get to... Oh, wait, shit, I forgot. There's a mandatory effect here. Right. Oh my god. Judge, let me reverse the game state. Okay, so this thing I keep forgetting. When it's ridden upon by a Drajeweled Vanguard, it soul charges 1, which is this. And then if there are 3 or more cards in your soul that are different grades, which I do, it's 0, 1, 2, 3. It's 0, 1, 2. I've never soul blasted. You draw 1. So this is the correct sequence of events. These are all mandatory by right, so this is what I have to do. But yeah, now we do this. Counterblast, Soul Charge 2. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay, now we, you know, at the cost of a heal, we do get to +1, I guess. Fuck. Okay, now usually, so there are times where like I would just feel the Mask Searcher here and just, you know, attack. The problem is we're facing Gandiva, and I've had a game where going first I fielded this, and then it just gave Gandiva enough fuel to get to 5 or higher. Like, just because of this single copy of Rearguard that they can retire. If this was anyone else, I would feel this, like, at a heartbeat. I would just Counterblast, Soul Blast, search for the Mask for next turn, or even this turn even, and just be done with it. But no, this is very dangerous against Gandiva. Like, I don't know the opponent currently has the grade 3 in hand, so I'm just going to pretend that I don't know, obviously. Because that's the more accurate way of playing. Now, I could just, you know, feel these, but I feel like they really, really want, you know, Counterblast to work with, so I think they're not going to guard this. So I think I'm just going to do this, because, like, playing this here is a 1300. It's fine, but if they change their mind and they want to like do this, so maybe like I'll save this for like when I'm doing my actual Michiru plays to get 1 crit and then make them to 1. So this could be a good booster for the Drajeweled. But for now, let's just do a vanilla attack, and they're gonna no guard. We're gonna just draw 2 basically. Oh, it's an OT. Wow, so if this was a red OT, this would have been worthless. But this is a this is a blue OT. So first of all, draw 1. Bind this. Oh, cool. Cool, draw 1. Fucking idiot. And add a unit from drop to hand. I feel like the correct thing to do is usually add this. Because I want to leave this here so that we can... actually, I don't know. Adding this gives us the flexibility of Persona riding over the mask. But it's also a great... it's also like a 0 shield though. Like we could have the... No, we already have 2 copies of this. The Beastander and Pusa. So I think... Let's try getting this back. No, wait. Let's get this back. Because I just realized that the 3rd copy is here, so there's very little copy of this left. So yeah. And this is a +1 crit. This is our 9 crit, basically. So yeah, that's 2 crit. See if here, if I fielded the, oh shit, it's lagging. If I fielded the Jewel Core Dragon as a rearguard to attack, as a second attacker, to be aggressive, then in this case they're gonna take 2 damage and probably trigger a defensive. Yep, they trigger the heal. They're at 2, yep. So let's do this, I guess, doesn't matter. And this is a 1200. So obviously I could just, you know, put the 100 million here. But like actually wait, what am I saying? Yeah, they could just put 1. Nah, never mind. Ignore me. Yep. Stand, draw. Probably just discarding this. We don't have the cycle, do we? Yeah, we don't. Discard this free card that we got from the right line. Do this, and then we can do the Gandiva effect because it's free for this turn at least. So we're just gonna do this. Top 5. So the Michiru player knows that there is a PG and a Restander and a front trigger and a Persona Ride Gandiva in a deck. That's how I play this, yeah. Okay, so we have 2 counterblast to work with. We could do this. Oh wait, sorry. Bind. Because we didn't retire anything, and draw. Nice heal trigger. Oh, I'm also proxying this for this, basically. Because I just want to make it so that this opponent, my opponent has like the maximum amount of advantage against me, the Michiru player, as possible. So all the heal triggers are the effect heal, this one, 25k. So yeah, I guess we'll just do it like this. So it's less confusing. So yeah, like this. And we call these 2. And then after that, do we want to call this? No, we don't, because we want to get to the sorry. I guess calling this makes sense. Yeah, okay. So this requires something else to bind. So Soul Blast 1. Bind another rearguard. That's the cost. And then retire something. If I didn't, I get to draw 1 and buy another card in draw. And oh, that's a perfect draw, actually. Should have just bind this. Whatever. So that's 3 now, and this is 4 and 5. Yeah, that's already 5. I really didn't want to bind this, because this is a really good beater. This is like when the opponent's Vanguard is a grade 3, it's just plus 10k. It's that simple. It's a really, really powerful beater. Yeah, it's crazy. But like that's a 2-off. That's from set 7 too. That's a 2-off, and you know now we have 1 more left, and that's kind of annoying. I don't want to feel this or this to retire, because this is a extra attacker. This is you know, Persona Ride. So yeah, Persona Rides are always powerful. So yeah, if I had this, then yeah, I'll call this, and then yeah, retire this instead. But yeah, this one's also like Counter Blast, retire something, if not draw bind. Very powerful. We could do this, but I don't want to overcommit necessarily. There's no reason to overcommit. So yeah, this is 18, 24. That's not a good number, but you know, binding an extra card doesn't really help either. So binding an extra card just makes it 26, which we can still guard with 28. So we will guard while we can, I think. Although, this is 13. This makes it 23. If they trigger anything, you know what? We're taking the damage, just so I want to turn off the heal. I don't know that they drew a heal, but just healing here is just too fucking annoying. We'll take it here. I don't know if it's correct or not, but we'll see. Sorry, not yet. Vanguard attack. When the Gandiva Vanguard attacks, this ability goes on standby. This ability goes on standby. Bind this face down. Top 5. Call a unit. Oh, this is perfect. And this goes on standby, resolve this. This goes on standby, but resolve this first. There are 3 or more face down bind cards. Bind this, counter charge. On play, Counter Blast. Retire. If I didn't retire anything, draw 1. Perfect. God damn, this Gandiva player is so good. Just draw the non-triggers. Okay, so how many? 6, right? Oh, wait, I get to bind. Forgot. Yeah. Bind 1. And that's 6. See, like, there are so many cards in the drop where, like, all of this was from drop, and there's only the right lines left. So it was cutting it really close. Like, there's only 2, oh no, 3, yeah. The entire right line left, actually. So yeah, it's, like, doing the Baba Saraga right line makes a lot of sense, honestly. Oops. Sorry. And with that, there's 15 minutes left. There's 15 minutes already occurred, so yeah. This is 13, 23, 25. So this is an effect heal. We can make it 38. That's 2 pass. We can 2 pass this. Yeah, we'll 2 pass this. This is 25. 38, 2 pass. Trigger 2! I fucking dare you. Okay, cool. Nothing, okay. Yeah, that card is just worthless now, so. They trigger nothing, so these are just base 22 and 25. So 22 discards nicely. 23, 25, discards nicely, 28. The reason I'm guarding here, even though I might need a lot of counter blasts to work with coming next turn, is because these shields get a lot worse as the turn goes on. Like the Gandiva is kind of like a reverse Chrono Jet. They're just gonna have more binded cards over the turns, and the numbers will just get more and more unreasonable to guard, and your shields will just become much worse. So that's why I feel like it's one of those cases where we guard what we can. But it is true that we do not have enough counterblast to work with now. Stand draw. Well, if we took this would be the damage, so maybe that's, I don't know if it's good or not, honestly. Alright, let's order our souls. This is 0, 1, 2. This is 3. There's no 3 yet, actually. There's no 3, there's no mask. I can't use the mask because it costs a counterblast. If I Persona ride this, there's no need for the mask anymore, technically speaking. If I Persona ride this, I can't do this. I guess, like, I don't need to do anything yet. Or I can just do the skill. Although I can't retire any of these. Though, do I need to retire? Yeah, no, I don't need to retire this. Because, like, in my experience, once the Great Tree is out, it's worthless. This is an Interceptor, which is, you know, it's a 5k shield. The only reason I would, the only thing I'm debating here is whether or not I want to Persona ride the mask. Because if I do, I could retire 2 of their units. Which, like I said, this is kind of worthless now. So is this, but this is a 5k shield. They have 9 cards in hand, right? 10 cards. 10 cards in hand anyway. So I feel like the correct thing to do is to just play conservative. Like, the mask doesn't really help me. The base Michiru himself can just do the same effect anyway, and Soul Blast 4. Yeah, that's what I'll do. No Persona ride. I'm probably gonna call this though. Call this. I can't quite call this. No, I can't. Yeah, no Persona ride. I'm not gonna go all out. We call this. Skill. Counter blast. Actually, wait. We do this first. Counter blast. Charge 2. Wow, all the crit triggers. Yeah, that's the problem with Michiru decks, or Dark States decks in general, is that all your blind soul chargers are gonna be your triggers. Alright, the mask is now worthless. Because all 4 of this is already here. There's only one more mask unit left, which is the Mass Searcher in the deck. So the mask is now officially worthless. Do I just counterblast? All for the sake of filtering, quote unquote. No, I think we just do 5 attacks every single turn now. I still want to save this, I think, because 13, no, 25, that just makes it 2 pass, right? Yeah, that makes it 2 pass. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3. What's the 3? 3 is here. And then 0, 1, 2, there's no 3. There is no 3. So that means we have to attack with this first. Anyway, we're doing this anyway, but yeah. And we'll call this. Now, the reason we're being a little bit aggressive even though we're not under Persona Ride this turn is because, actually, this should be here, isn't it? Oh god, that's so bad. Fucking hell. The lack of a Persona Ride is just so bad. Yeah. Yeah, the reason why we're being slightly aggressive is because, like, it still forces cards out of their hand, and in my experience, Gandiva decks, if you force a bunch of cards out of their hand, they're very piece reliant. If you do that, they might not have good plays in the follow-up, even though they already, you know, have all the 5 cards in their bind zone. So, oh god, this is awful. Actually, this is really bad. Like, this makes it so that I have to trigger something for this to work. Yeah, this has to be here. I didn't even realize that Ampusa is just a fucking 10k. Oh god, that sucks. That really sucks. Fucking... I guess this is smaller. 20k. 20k, 10k because there's like 0, 1, 2, 3 in my soul. 20k attack Vanguard. We'll see if like being aggressive here is gonna pay off without the Persona Ride. It may or may not, honestly. 20. If I intercept, that's about the same thing. Yeah, I'll intercept. I'll do this and this, I think. Yeah, I'll do these two. Um, 23. Now the reason why like I am guarding as the opponent here is because the Drajeweled is gonna reset your Vanguard's power to 1. If you take any damage here and you trigger a defensive, you just waste it basically. They just get reset back to 1. That's why like usually when I play, I'm trying my best to make these first attacks to be as big and powerful as possible. That's why I used to play 4 Swallers. That's part of the main reason why. The Solar push just makes it so that it's unreasonable to guard the first attacks, so they sometimes end up taking it. Like, you don't really want to waste your perfect guards or waste 2 cards in your hand just to save, quote-unquote, your potential defensive triggers that you're not even sure you're going to defend, right? And you're not even sure you're going to trigger, right? So yeah, that was the reasoning. This is 23. It fucking sucks. This guy's hand is kind of bad too, actually. Like, there's only a 30k, a 20k, which is like overguarding a little bit. This is a 10k, because this is this only gets 25 if it's guarding the Michiru. So yeah, we do this. And then Michiru skill, Soul Blast. Actually, wait, this goes in. Keep forgetting it's in the battle. And then Michiru skill, Soul Blast, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's the Vanguard one. Go into right deck, whatever. And then whenever I Soul Blast 4, restand. When I Soul Blast 4, Counter Blast, restand. This is 13. 2 crit. Easy 2 passes. First check. Jane? Hello? Oops. First check. Nothing. Second check. Nothing. Cool. The Michiru player is just the best fucking player in the goddamn world. $10k and 10k because there's no more 0, 1, 2, 3 in my soul. Yep, there's it. 10k and 10k. Wow, that's fucking crazy. Actually, wait, that is crazy. We can't really do anything here. Okay, if this triggers a defensive, this just kills a lane. So, okay, it didn't. So yeah, you know what? I'm never gonna do that ever again. I think because it's just too weak. Yep, nice defensive. Yeah, like this would just make it so that like your non-persona right turns is just gonna be too weak. It's just awful. End of turn when I stand with the Ampusa effect, retire herself, add a card that's grade 2 or higher into from soul to hand, and it's the Rockagore, I guess. So yeah, a lot of cards in the Michiru player's hand, but not a lot of them are shields that are good to guard with. Stand draw, persona right, easy, easy, easy. We quote unquote max seed them a little bit, play the best harvest because there's just not much of a reasoning for the opponent to ever give us rear guards to retire. So every time this turn we retire the opponent's card, we just, yeah. On play, counter blast, retire. Actually, wait. Wait, not yet. We play this first. Soul Blast. Actually, wait, this thing also retires. I don't want to retire anything, basically. I want to basically do this. We do this. On play, counter blast, retire a unit that's in the same lane. When I retire anything, Gandiva lets me find one. When I retire anything this turn, max C effect, I draw one. I could call it max C, it's best harvest. It's the order that when I played it, and then for the rest of this turn, whenever I keep retiring an opponent's cards, this one. Opponent's units, rearguards rather, I get to draw a card, basically. Yep. So that, and then, now that we did that, I get to do this. Soul Blast. It's not correct, actually. I'm gonna do this. Soul Blast. And then bind this. Then retire, draw, bind. Bind all the triggers because these are hidden informations to our opponent. Next, we could just call the multi-attacker, I guess. We could really just call the multi-attacker both lanes, honestly. Because like we have a Persona ride this turn, and everything's just going to be pretty big. And we don't know this as the Gandiva player, but the opponent has a lot of cards that they cannot guard with because they're all shield. They're all zero shield. This is already 28 minutes. I spent a lot of time talking though, so it's fine. Okay, I think this is correct. Go all out with your attackers right now. I think is probably correct. Who knows? 10-20 Persona ride. This is 38. Oh, 38 already. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, man. Do I just take the both of the damage just to prevent the heal? I think I do. I don't have a single good guard. Look at this shit. Can I heal? No, I cannot heal! Fuck! Oh my god, that's awful! 38. Heal. Okay, you know what? I triggered twice, so that's 33 right now. Not that it fucking matters. So look at this. Like, look at my shield values. Like, this is just so bad. There's barely anything I can guard with. Vanguard attacks. When that attacks, skill goes on standby. Top 5. Call any unit. So I can call, like, these are all triggers and PG, so it's really bad for the Gandiva player. But, I think we leave those triggers in. So we have a higher chance of killing the opponent right now. Same here. Bind this. Counterblast. Shuffle, shuffle. Top 5. This is the only usable card, so. So yep. Gandiva's power is 23 base, 43, 45. Damn, that's crazy. 45. Oh, fucking cringe. Well, what a cringe game for the... I didn't even get to showcase like a mask plays. Like, I'm really just gonna die here. Oh, that was maybe I'm not gonna upload this video. We'll see. Hey, didn't trigger anything though, even though it's so compressed. Such a compressed next state. Game. Whatever. This is 16 base. 16 base, 36, 38. This is 40. 38, 40. My fucking god. Like, even though I triggered twice, I'm still... Okay, 38! Motherfucker! That's just such a perfect number. God, that's fucking obnoxious. Like, the fact that this is a PG... If only this was like, all 5 of this were like triggers, then I could actually just profitably guard this. 5k and 15... beat up. 43. Yeah, 43. And I'm gonna guard 43 as well. God fucking damn it. I need the rocket door, don't I? I need the rocket door. I cannot have the solar. We need to kill them right now. Stand draw. Oh, we got the solar anyway. You know what? That's good enough for me. Persona ride. Alright, we do some mass plays now. Fuck you, piece of shit. You're doing this to me now? Whatever. Swoller skill first. Cool. All the things. Cool. Plus 5k because opponent's a grade 3 or higher Vanguard. Mask effect. Top 5. No, single mask unit. Damn, that's crazy. Right, who would have thought? And both of these triggers on top of both of these cards on top of my deck were critical triggers. Damn, if only I didn't do this. That would have been so much nicer. I'm going to put... Can I do this? Let me see. The way this card reads is from the drop. Okay, no, I cannot do this because if it's only if your Vanguard, it's not a mass Vanguard, then you can put this from drop, or rather activate this effect, this ability from drop. You reveal a mask Vanguard from your hand, and then when you do this way, you ride it on top of it, and then put the mask from drop to soul. But you cannot do this now because this is already a mask. So yeah, fucking cry about it. So 0, 1... Do I not have a 2? I don't have a 2. I lose the game. Oh my god, I don't have a 2. Okay. Let's do a little bit of cheating. Let's cheat a little bit. Judge allows us to cheat. This was our draw. Oops. Fuck. This was our draw for turn. Oh my god, stop! Why is E and R next to each other? Yeah. So this was our draw for turn. We don't Persona ride. We have a mask in our hand. No, we don't. This next card is a mask. Right. So let's do a little bit of cheating. Let's use this effect. Counterblast. Right, I forgot. This was a critical. And this is a critical. Yeah. This is what I get for cheating. Haha. Actually, wait a minute. What am I doing? Oh god. Wait. Let's reverse the cheating. Oh god, this is such a good video. Okay, I keep forgetting. I guess I'm really tired. Okay. So what I did the first time around was correct. The reason is I forget that Drajeweled has a skill. Master Drajeweled has a skill. I literally just explained in the video that this is your Falcate / Sargon. Persona ride this, and I'm gonna do the same thing, honestly. Persona ride this, and then solar effect. We do this, and then mask. We miss, and then play this. Now this one, activate Drajeweld's effect from the drop. Oops, sorry. From the drop, we are going to banish the original Michiru. Banish it. Oh, it's here actually. This is the banish zone. Banish the Michiru, and then from the drop, you put 2 cards into your soul. which is how you get your 0, 1, 2, 3 consistently every turn. 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. There's 2. We're lacking some 2s. We're lacking some 2s and 3s as well. Yeah, that's fine. We're just gonna field 2. So 2 here. And yeah, this is the correct play. Like, we have to basically hope that we can kill them through 5 cards. You know what? 5? Oh, 7 cards. Forget. Yeah, 7 cards. It's probably realistic enough, I would say. Who knows? Now, like I said, I would like for them to not guard the first few attacks. So I'm gonna do 20, 13, 33. That way, a single front doesn't really cover it for them. And they do have a single front. Do they have an interceptor? They don't. Haha, funny. The interceptor's in the back row. Nice interceptor. Oh, we're still going to do this, though, because we don't want to take, you know, like I said. Actually, wait. Do we take... No, we don't. They're at 5. I was about to say that maybe you take the damage just to prevent the heal, but they're already at 5, so we do this. So that's 30 and right. Yep. Oops. So yeah, like I said, it's very important for the Drajeweled player for their first restand their attacks to be as big as possible. So because generally speaking, the opponent just don't want to take the damage first, because if it's a defensive, they waste it. It's that simple. This is 10, 20, 30, 30. And this is where, you know, they should have, they could have saved the, what's that called? Save the front trigger of, sorry, effect front shield for this, because that would have been a nice 1-card guard. So as it stands, we're just gonna be discarding this for PG later. This one doesn't even do it, so we actually have to take this. No, wait, we don't. We can just do this right now, actually. We do this right now. We PG this. They have 2 more attacks. The only way to survive is to trigger a heal. So yeah, if that's the only way to survive, then I'd much rather... actually, it doesn't really matter anymore, does it? Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, in this case, it doesn't really matter because I'm still using 2 cards to guard this fucking lane anyway. So it doesn't matter if I'm getting a defensive or not. It's the same thing, I think. And at least this one shrinks down because there's no 0, 1, 2, 3 in the soul after this. Yeah, there isn't. Yep, see. So yeah, Vanguard attack. When Vanguard attacks, counter blast. Oops. Counter blast 1 and soul blast 4 for different grades. 0, 1, 2. Doesn't really matter which. 3. To make this to gain 1 crit basically. No, to retire 2 cards. Sorry. To retire 2 characters, 2 units, and make them make this +1 crit. So make this 1 power. So EPG. It's the only thing we can do really. And trigger check. Oh wait, sorry, I forgot. When I do the cost, restand this. When I do the cost, restand this, counter blast. And yeah, that's how you do it. So PG, trigger check 1. Wow, that's crazy. That's a critical trigger. Wow, that's crazy. That's a draw trigger. All in, draw 1. No damage. Oops. 20, 40, 2 crit. Trigger 2 heals, I guess. Fucking idiot. Yep. Yeah, trigger 2 heals or 2 OTs or whatever. Yep. Yeah, nice heal, nice OT. Fucking Gandiva player. Yeah, nice OT. So there we have it. Extremely sloppy gameplay because I really should be going to bed by now. Because I have another tournament tomorrow for Weiss. Yeah. We won that by the neck of our teeth. I don't know if that's the correct saying. If that saying even exists. but you know, it's so final thoughts. I don't think I took 42 minutes, but you know I spent a lot of time talking, so maybe that game realistically could have been under 25 minutes because that's the time limit you have for Swiss rounds. In Top Cut, I think they don't have the time limit, so I don't know. So yeah, 17 more minutes. Did I talk for? Do you think I use 17 minutes to talk when I'm not playing the game? Who knows? So final thoughts. I think I think in this game, I feel like this is one of the better games that I've had, and better. I don't mean like as the Michiru player, I have a good luck or anything like that. I mean in the sense that it's a very good sample size to experience because both the players were actually had a pretty decent game, all things considered. Like Gandiva basically had their five cards binded from the very first turn that they were on grade 3, and that's just good. And they already got off 3 of the restanders, not restanders, but like their extra attackers, like 1, 2, and 3. Like the first turn I got this, and then the second turn when I Persona wrote, I got these 2, and those are big numbers. Like yeah, you can argue that the targets I called were not ideal, which you would be right about. I think if they were bigger, then I think I just die last turn because I don't think I have anything to guard with. Yeah, I had a bunch of 0 shields in hand. I just barely had enough shield to guard with, basically. So yeah, I think the only bad luck that Gandiva player had was this final turn when the extra attacker just called out two units that were just very small and like way easier to guard with. But other than that, the rest of the game is just par for the course. It's a very average luck for both sides, pretty balanced. But Gandiva probably just beats Michiru. I keep calling him Michiru, and at this point, you know, this is the Michiru deck for me. And like yeah, I think Gandiva just beats Michiru like 7 out of 10 times, honestly. Because it's just objectively the better deck. It's just that we're trying to eke out those 3 of those 10 times on a massive tournament every single time in Swiss round and Top Cut. We cannot let Gandiva, this fucking piece of shit deck that just touches itself and barely breaks. It does break, but there's just so much tools and so much plussing tools for it that it's just fucking insane that they rarely ever break. We can't let this deck to just fucking claim the moniker of best deck of set 10. We just can't allow that to happen. Not if our Boyfu has anything to say about it. But yeah, objectively speaking, Drajeweled just fucking sucks. Mass decks in general just really sucks, honestly. Because like mass decks inherently, like you just need to draw the mask half of your deck, and then you need to hit your actual Vanguard unit with your mask of Hydrugum, whatever, this one. And I just love that those anime people, those anime characters in the anime are just anime characters in the anime. Yeah, good one. Every time they use the mask, they will just instantly hit the fucking Vanguard on the top 5. It's just it pluses them. It just perfectly works for them. Like, just yeah, the most innocent children that don't know what a whiff is in card games. Yeah, Mask honestly sucks. Drajeweled still sucks. I can't believe they did my Michiru boy like this. And honestly, like I think like the other Mask decks might be better. I haven't tried it yet. I've only played a little bit of Zorga, and that's a very hard deck to pilot. But yeah, I think it's just a very low power deck, and I'm looking forward to winning a big tournament with this, what's essentially a waifu deck. And I think that's the final things I want to say about this. There's nothing else I really want to say. So yeah, probably a very long video at this point, so thank you all for watching. If you have watched this far. Tomorrow is White Dwarf's 15th anniversary tournament, also a level 2 event. I'm playing that. And yeah, that's all. And Vanguard is the day after tomorrow on Sunday. I probably shouldn't be posting this video, but no one watches this anyway, so I'm safe to post this. But yeah, no. That will be it for me. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.